What's up, Lancers? Since I'm able to show you the mods on the PTS server for the new Atlas Reactor Freelancer NEV, I'm going to start off with the first ability she has is Catarang. Because normally the PTS server would show just random stuff and you couldn't be able to see the actual mods of the specific character. First one is Meowch. Deal 4 additional damage to targets that are hit by a return disc this turn, 3 energy cost. Which kind of works out when it's returning because it does 16 instead of 12. Her second mod is Frisky. Gain 1 additional energy per enemy hit, and that is a 1 energy cost for Catarang. Her third mod is Inertia. If the thrown disc hits no one, the return disc next turn deals 6 additional damage, which is a 2 energy cost. And the fourth mod is Kitten Mittens. Thrown disc grant 3 shields next per turn per target hit. So, if she throws a disc and hits a target, she gains 3 shield, which can work quite well with her free action in Bigify, because this one has a mod called Fat Cat. Gain 8 shield next turn per enemy hit, which can be huge when you put it with that other ability, because she'd be kind of like a tank. So, that would work quite well. Her second mod is Collar from Bigify. Roots targets hit, damage increased lower to 4. I don't know about that one being a 3 energy cost. Cat and Mouse, if no enemies are hit, reduce the cooldown by 1, which works out for cooldown reduction. And her fourth mod, Hula Hoopla, you and any allies the disc travels over are energized next turn, so she could be considered like a support character, if you so desired. Excuse me. Her third ability, Mousetrap. First mod, Stalker. All targets hit or slowed until the end of the turn, and that is a 2 energy cost. Her second mod, Off the Leash. If no enemies are damaged, reduce the cooldown by 1, which, because the cooldown is 4, it could kind of work out in your favor. Her third mod is Cat and Mouse. Increase damage by 1 per square the disc travels, which is 3 cost. Let me explain to you right now, this mod, when you activate it, does not work on people that dash. It's only when they move, like movement phase. If they dash, the disc will stay there and disappear. If they move, it will follow them and hit them. But it will not do it when they dash. Just to be clear on that one. Her fourth mod is Feline Good. Gain an additional 4 energy on use. 1 energy stack. Her fourth ability, her dash ability, Acrocat. The first mod is Catwalk. Gain haste until the end of the turn. 2 energy stack. Can work quite well if you're in a pickle and you need to get to your friends fast. Big Cat is her second one. Reduce the cooldown in Bigify by 1. I don't know what I was doing with this mouse. Reduce the cooldown in Bigify by 1 if used on the same turn. It's 2 energy cost. Disc Fever. Increase the damage of the return disc by 6 this turn, which is a 3 energy cost. So it does 18 instead of 12. Yes, that's correct. 18. And then the fourth mod, Hot Tin Roof. Increase dash range by 3. Can no longer move after dashing. Meaning it's kind of like Kaigan when he dashes. He can move after dashing, so can Nev, but this mod will not allow you to move, but make you jump farther. Her final ability, Cataclysm. The first mod, Moxie. For each returning disc that doesn't hit an enemy, gain 4 energy cost. That is a 1 stack. So it can work quite well if you want to get your ultimate back faster. Her second mod, 9 Lives, if used 2 turns in a row, can be used on the third turn for no energy cost, which this is pretty big because now it's a 2 cost energy, but you could use your ultimate 3 times if you so desired, because the third time you use it would be for free. And that's pretty big when you're talking about between life and death or being able to win a game. Her third mod is Feral. Gain Might next turn. Energy cost increased by 10. 3 energy cost stack. So instead of her ultimate being 50, it'd be 60 instead if you had the Feral. But you have Might with it. And her fourth and final mod, Catnip. Gain haste for the turn. So, Her abilities are pretty straightforward, but a lot of them can be hugely successful when being able to play this character. For example, her Embigify and her Catarang with the shields, I'm pretty sure they could stack on one another. Instead of being 8 and 3, it would be just 11. And like I said, it could be really depending upon if you could hit them or not. And Mousetrap, I mean, can be also useful as far as using cat and mouse mod for that one as well, because if they move 4 stacks, I mean 4 spaces or 5 spaces, that is 5 or 6 or even 4 additional damage that they take when they move. And like I said, with Fat Cat, get 8 shields next turn per enemy hit, that's times 4. And then the whole deal with Catarang and that ability, having the 3 additional shield, she could be a pretty good tank if you wanted to actually have her like that. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you do, give it a like. If not, I'll see y'all later in the next Spotlight or even the next Atlas Reactor video. Alright, guys, I'll see you later.